Dear students, once again I am here with you all with another paper LLM 305 that I will be teaching in third semester. The title of this paper is Consumer Rights Protection in India. You know, we all are consumers in one way or the other. Since the start of our day in the morning till we sleep in the night, we are using a lot many products and using a number of services. Sometimes these goods are satisfactory and the services which we are availing are good, but sometimes we are not satisfied with the quality of the product or with the quality of the service. And we also do not know where to go for the redressal of our grievances. So the objective of this particular paper is to make you all a aware consumer. Another objective of this paper is to trace the growth and development of consumer law. We all know that with the advent of globalization and opening of the economies, e-commerce has started like anything. There are courier services. Daily, we purchase a lot of things online. Sometimes these things are good, satisfactory, but sometimes many defects are there. And we do not know where to go for the redressal of our grievances as a consumer. So what becomes important is also to know who is a consumer. So this particular paper lets you know what are the consumer law, where a consumer has been defined. Then what are the defects in the good, what are the deficiencies in the services, what are the forums available where we can go in case there are defects in the goods or deficiencies in the services. Then this paper also aims to introduce you all many consumer organizations that are there for the protection of the rights of consumers. And after completing this paper of consumer rights protection in India, I am sure you all will become a very aware consumer. You will be knowing not only your rights but your responsibilities also. Because when you are using anything or availing any kind of services, it also comes with a lots of responsibilities. And you all know that rights and duties are correlated. So as a consumer, not only you have to know your rights, but you have to know your duties also, and you have to be a very aware consumer, not only to know your own rights, but also to make aware others. Because as a law student, it is a responsibility on you to not only to get knowledge for yourself, but also acquaint other persons with the law who are there residing nearby you. Some sort of legal extension activities can also be imparted after completing this paper. So let us know what is the framework of this course. So, so far as the first unit is concerned, in this unit, we will be tracing the origin and growth of consumer movement, not only in India, but also in select countries of the world. When and where the consumer movement started and how it was introduced in India. So far as this growth, development and origin of consumerism is concerned, we will be studying in this first unit. Then second unit aims to explain you the meaning and definition of consumer, what are the defects in goods and what are the deficiency in the services. Then an important question arises, what kinds of services are included within the parameters of the Consumer Protection Act, whether the education services are included, whether the medical services are included, whether the insurance services are included or not. So it has always been a very debatable point so far as these services are concerned. Then in this unit, we will also be studying about the consumer rights and their responsibilities. The third unit aims at understanding what has been the impact of mass media on the consumer. We all know daily we are witnessing a lot of advertisements, not only in print media but in electronic media also. In the advertisements, a lot many claims are made, but sometimes they do not prove to be true. So, what is unfair trade practices and how these advertisements are befooling the consumers, and where to go in case of these unfair trade practices if any loss or damage is caused to the consumer, or where the sellers are not true to the promises that they are making at the time of the sale of their product or offering of their services. Then in this particular unit, we will also be understanding what is the association between the environment and the consumer. We all know for the human existence, this flora and fauna both are very, very important. We all are coexisting in this nature. So as a consumer, what are our responsibilities when we are using the goods or availing the services? How to dispose of the waste product, or how to make best use of the waste products. All these things will be covered in this particular unit just to make you aware about the things that you do not become a irresponsible consumer. Whatever products you are using, whatever services you are using, you use it in a responsible way, as well as you also make aware others also, because consumer education is also very, very important part of this paper. We need to disseminate the knowledge of consumer rights in the society also. Not only rights but duties also. Then this unit third is also talking about various organizations, very various movements that have been taken up by the civil society also for the redressal of grievances of the consumer. Even when you will be studying these papers, you will come to know that what has been the role of the even universities, also educational institutions, also in disseminating the knowledge of consumer rights and duties in the neighborhood society. Then, so far as Unit 4 is concerned, there we will be studying specific consumer laws. We all know that first Consumer Act was made in 1986. Then a number of amendments were introduced. A total overhauling was done in 2002. But still, something is left because of the growth of the consumerism as well as the growth of the e-commerce in present time. So, in order to tackle some technical problems with the authorities were confronting with, and where the consumers were also feeling that there are some lacunas in the old acts which were to be filled up, a new Consumer Act has been introduced, that is Consumer Protection Act 2019. So, in this particular act, we will be making a comparative analysis of these three acts. What have been the essential features under these acts? What are the special provisions? How one is different from the other, and how one has got improvement or the other. Whether the in present consumer law we have better consumer protection rights, or some kind of special mechanism have been introduced, and so far as the jurisdiction of the authorities is concerned, whether it has been changed, who can go to the consumer redressal forum, in what situation they can go, and what are the different tiers of redressal mechanism that are there in the Consumer Protection Act that we will be studying in this particular unit. Then under Unit 5, there are alternative forums for consumer redressal also. And then what is the role of NGO? What is the role of PIL in redressing and the grievances of the consumer? Because you know a lot many public interest litigations have also been filed so far as the protection of rights of consumers are concerned, whether it was related to environment or it is related to educational services or the medical services. Then we will also be deliberating upon the current issues and the challenges, because we all know that neither law is static nor the society is static. In our day-to-day life, we are confronting with new kinds of problems. And you all know that during this present crisis also, as a consumer, we are facing a lot of difficulties in this corona crisis. We are not getting the things, whatever things we are getting is not of the standard, not of the quality. We are being befooled, and sometimes sellers are going from the hoarding of the things. So, what are the allied laws are there, and what are the alternative forums are there for the protection of the rights of the consumer? This all will also be covered in this particular unit. So, so far as this paper is concerned, nature and scope of this paper is concerned, it is very, very contemporary in nature. And I am sure when you will study this paper and complete this paper, you will become uh, not only yourself a aware consumer, but you will also be there giving advocacy to others. You can practice consumer law also in the courts, and it will also help you in various competitions, because in many competitions the questions are asked on this particular paper also. So this paper makes you very, very aware about the things that are there around you, and it also gives you a lot of scope for offering the legal aid services to the others. So I hope that sure you will offer this paper, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.